Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 57 of the Comic Room podcast. Mixing things up this episode, I am Mr. Longbox, and with me is as always, is my co-host Spro from Spro's Comics. How's it going, Joshua?
Doing well.
All right, so there's no surprise you've seen the thumbnail, so let's just get right into show and tell. I am dressed for the occasion. This is a big moment for me. Let's just get into it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And this is Joshua's the first time you're going to see this book as well.
Yeah,
I mean, I sent a picture to you of me holding it, but you guys, here it is. Can you all see Fantastic Four issue number 1?
Yeah, feel free to walk it up.
Yeah, I gotta walk this up.
Yeah, I'll talk with them while you. So this is Mr. Longbox's Fantastic Four issue 1. As you can see right there, 2.0 custom label, and look at that, white pages. Absolute crazy book, man.
Really nice presenting copy. It doesn't have any missing pieces. No Marvel chipping. It's got some creasing there in Giganto's mouth, which is the only thing that really, if you want to say bugs me, it doesn't bug me, but it's the only thing that I kind of noticed about it. But beautiful presenting copy in a 2.0 white pager. All right, here, take a look, man.
Wow. Make sure. Yeah, we're in focus now. Man, this is the first time I'm seeing this book in person. Man, the edges are sharp.
Look at the upper right corner. It's actually a sharp corner.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously been clean and pressed. You can tell. Wow. And they did a great job with it.
They did do a really good job.
Yeah, that is. It arrived yesterday via FedEx. And, I was driving home from work and I knew it was in my possession. I knew my wife had signed for it and it was in the house. It's just funny what goes through your mind. I'm just driving home going, please, let me just get home alive. I'm driving in the slow lane extra carefully. I want to get home and get, and have this moment.
Even if you just hold it once and then you go from there.
Yeah, at least I can say I did, That might actually be the first time I've held it because I've seen FF1 in a lot of conventions, but I don't think I've ever actually held it.
Wow.
In my hands.
This is a really nice copy.
Yeah, look at the color strike on it.
The colors are amazing.
Invisible Girl's shirt is truly magenta.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really nice job cleaning this thing.
Yeah.
Like, there is the white background. There's no staining whatsoever, which when you get into the twos, that's where a lot of that stuff comes into play is staining and
chipping and pieces missing. We looked at a 2.0 a few last sales of 2.0s, and there were big chunks missing out near where the thing is and stuff like that on the front.
Yeah,
cover.
and like half of the comics code gone.
Yeah.
Wow, what a copy.
So and there's no the staples are there. They're not rusted or no double staples or detached staple or anything like that. So it's about as beautiful a 2.0 as you could ever find. Yeah. And I do credit Joshua your influence in me making this decision because, I had said, well, I really want to find one that doesn't have any creasing around here where the mouth is, if I can, which is a lot to ask in my budget, which was,
yeah.
And I was thinking 1518, 2.0 was going to be the top.
Yeah.
But when I saw it was white pages, that was that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way it all came together, as far as the sale goes, is, I'm looking, I just can't, honestly, you guys, I can't actually believe it. It still feels surreal to me. But the way it all came together was, as you know, I've been looking, big thank you again, before I even say thank you, everybody who contributed in the big claim sale that got me 2/3 of the way. Now I know how much of it paid for because I know the price. Got me 2/3 of the way there. Then saving got me another chunk of the way and close enough to go ahead and pull the trigger on this. And then you did another claim sale and I sold some more books, which actually closed the gap. So I'm actually even. I'm whole. From my collection, what I sold paid for this book.
Heck yeah!
I made a contribution of a couple $100 out of my own, which I would do anyway.
Yeah,
any comic, right? So all right. So the way it came together was I'm gonna go ahead and name the seller. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
It was Super World Comics. It's Ted from Super World. So shout out Ted at Super World for the amazing deal. I'm so grateful. And Ted is actually the guy who sold me the White Page Silver Surf Fantastic Four issue number 4.
Right.
The 1-0 white pager. So I'm not. What's going on with you and white pages, Ted?
Yeah.
I love it. But anyway, he posted a last week. It was an Instagram post with 4 Fantastic Four books in one post, and it was FF12 and a couple others, but FF1 was one of them. And he said, "Hey, these are brand new in the inventory, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in the store. But if anybody's interested, just let me know." And some of you probably saw that if you saw that post, you saw that under it, I said, "Hey, I DM'd you. How much is FF1?" And I had DM'd him and asked for more details. And he got back to me within an hour or so, and he gave me a price that was, and I don't want to get into the prices, but
Yeah.
The price was out of what I was even ever considering spending on it. Like even with so I just was very straightforward with him. I just said, "Hey, that price, I just can't get there. Would you take X?"
Yeah.
And we struck a deal. And and if you've been at any of Super World's claim sales, when he knows he's giving you a good deal, he always says, "You know what?"
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he said to me. "You know what?" And then
Yeah.
and so I paid him, and he shipped it 2-day FedEx, and there it is. And I mean, I texted my friend,
Oh, right. I was going to ask you. Yeah.
my friend Chris, who is the one that got me started collecting in 5th grade or 5th or 6th grade, whatever it was, 1980. So 6th grade, I guess. And I had these. I sent him a picture. I said, "Guess what?" And then I sent him a picture, and he just said, "Wait, what?" He just couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. I'm gonna just look what he said, and yeah, let me just see. I'll just pull it up because it was kind of a special moment. I actually got teary-eyed interacting with him.
Yeah.
I know I was more emotional probably than he was about it because I had just made this purchase. But let me get my glasses here. But it was a neat. I mean, you guys, this is like a major. This is such a milestone for me.
Yeah. This is how many years worth?
40. Yeah,
40.
1980. So 45 years.
Every newspaper you flung across a yard, every hour worked.
Every time, every price guide or price guide update I looked at, FF1 was always the thing in the background
Yeah.
that I wished I could own and never really felt was ever going to be possible.
Yeah.
And so I sent him a picture of myself holding the comic, and I said, "I got it." And he sent me an emoji with the face.
Yeah.
And he said, "OMG, that is amazing. Heck yeah, where did you get it?" And then I told him the story I just told you guys. And he said, "That is amazing. Wow, the holy grail of Marvel, LOL." Now, wait, AF-14, AF-15 is the holy grail. Well, for me, this is, and it is the first one, right? And one thing I told him, I said, "You're the first person I'm showing this to. You got me started, and we took the journey together." And that's where I got like kind of weepy, honestly. And then he just, and then I just said, "I'm still in shock myself. It's like a dream." And then he just wrote "sweet" with about 25 T's, and I just hearted it. So that was the exchange with my friend Chris on that one. And then I told everybody else. I sent you a picture. And so for you guys who were a part of the claim sales, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me use your platform to sell some of my books.
Yeah. No problem.
To my friend Jeff, who when he found out I was doing this, he had a handful of books, including Secret Wars 8, Thor 337, Secret Wars 1, some really nice books. And I had them and I was holding them for him to get pressed and then sell for him. When he found out I was doing this, he texted me and said, "You keep them, you sell them. I want to be a part of this."
Yeah.
And so, Jeff, thank you. I did sell Secret Wars 8 a few days ago, and I already texted him and told him that. And to those of you who were adding me whenever an FF1 showed up somewhere on Instagram, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. And just thanks for all the good vibes that everybody was sending me. I'm really kind of in shock that this book is in my collection. So crazy, right?
Yeah, it is nuts, man. I can't believe it, but it's a gorgeous copy. I don't want to get too greedy, but because it's a white pager, I'm curious. If you were to upgrade, let's say 2530, would you upgrade to an off-white to white?
No.
You would only.
Yeah, I've caught your bug. I don't know if it's unfortunately or fortunately or whatever, but I do think if you're getting something in a CGC slab, of course it's the book and how the book looks, but it's also how the whole thing looks. Like you don't want a scratched up label. I like the custom label myself. Some people might not want it for FF1. I was excited for it to be in a custom label.
Yeah, I like it. I didn't really have an opinion on it before, but seeing it in person, it's cool.
But I think the white pages looks really clean.
Yeah.
And that sounds weird to say, but but the label white pages versus a whole bunch of lettering up there. And I'm telling you what you've already said about it. I would, but more than that, I think, we're talking about a book that's rare enough anyway, but it's not impossible. I think there's like 1,400 and something books in a higher grade than this. So it's not like it doesn't exist, but having it in any book that's old like this in a white page condition does differentiate it.
Yeah.
You and I were looking on GPA for like former sales to try to see, well, how much maybe even has this book sold for in the past, and we couldn't find a single white page 2.0 copy sold in any of the data that they have going all the way back to as far
documented
back.
stuff.
Yeah. And now it doesn't mean that this is the only 2.0 white pager. That would be probably not too much to ask, but there aren't a lot of them. You know? So, I just kind of like that, Now it doesn't mean I want to change up all the other single digit FFs that I have that aren't white pages. I'm fine with them.
Yeah.
But to get this one though in a white pages, and come on, man.
That's no joke.
That's it's above and beyond what I was even hoping for.
Yeah.
And you guys know what I had said. I said it has to be the right book and the right condition, but it has to be the book that has the right kind of defects.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like it's a 2.0, but it looks better than a 2.0 to me, But that's what we all do, right?
Yeah, it looks better than the FF5 2.0 that I had.
Yeah, it does. Because and it just had different defects, right? The defects yours had were some things up here that were like chipping or whatever it was.
What are the defects on this?
It says staining, but I don't see any staining. It's got it's got the creasing here.
Yeah.
It's got a tiny, you can't really tell because right where the thing's legs sort of split, but a tiny little piece missing here, I think.
Oh, wow.
I think it's a piece. I might be wrong. Take a look. My eyes aren't so good there.
No,
it's not. So I don't know. Like there's
a spine split down here.
Tiny. Yeah. Right. A tiny little spine split. A couple of tears on the back spine, I guess, like very.
Let's crack it right now and resubmit.
No. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, man, it should be higher. And like I'm not content. No, I'm extremely happy. I will just say this. It is a beautiful presenting 2.0.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I would have expected this to say like cover attached or something for it to be a 2.0 based on what I see here.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely beautiful. And so it's just,
Dang, now I want one.
Well, go get you one then. I can confidently say that I believe at least that this is the biggest book I'm ever going to own. I don't think I'm going to, own. It was north of $6,000 what I paid for this book. What I said when people asked me, I said my budget, probably the top is probably going to be, 65 is probably right where I'm going to be, and I was very close to that with the prices, with the cost of this book. So, I don't know. Like, what other book would I possibly own that's going to be more expensive than that?
You now own the biggest book between the both of us. You stole the crown from me, so here you go.
Oh, hey, I got it. and as I put this imaginary crown on my head, I must also give a shout out to Rohan at Back in the Game Comics, because as I've mentioned before, he really issued the challenge to me. He's the one who said, because we were talking about the hypothetical Fantastic Four one, and I just threw out there. Yeah, I mean, I know that I'm never going to get that book,
Yeah.
just moved on. And he just DM'd me and he said, yeah, I just watched the pod and heard that. And I think you can. You can't tell me that you don't have enough books in your collection of 40 plus years that you couldn't sell enough if you really wanted to get you close enough to get that book. And I really took it to heart. Like it just hit me, and so I accepted the challenge. And it didn't take me nearly as long as I thought it would. I thought it was going to take like a year. But I didn't expect the overwhelming response to the claim sale stuff. Like, people, okay, while I'm at this, H-Rod, shout out to you. He came in and bought a bunch of stuff that day. Chris at Jaws Comics.
Did you send him a picture?
I will send him a picture right after this we record. Shout out to him. He came in and just at some late in that claim sale, and he's just like, how much for the whole wall of slabs? I'm just going to clean you out right here. In part because it was good deals, but also in part because he was getting behind it. I know. Yeah. And so shout out to Chris at Jaws Comics. And by the way, Chris at Jaws Comics is the guy who did the trade with me to get FF2. Yeah. So, a lot of people are involved in this.
You're just missing 5 now?
That's right.
Wow.
So that's the next question, right? When are you going to get FF5? That's coming, but it's just not going to come right away. I need to.
But you and I were talking a little bit last night. DD1 might need to be prioritized because of how low that book is.
Can we even talk about that? It is absurd.
I saw a 5.0 for 32 today.
Yeah, I did too. I saw that one.
Goodness gracious. I saw on Facebook Marketplace, there's a guy in the Sacramento area with a 3.0 and he's asking flat 2. I almost want to drive and go get it.
Let's go.
It is so ridiculously low.
Right.
Okay. I'm not meaning to pivot off this.
No, let's go.
But Daredevil is... We talk about Frank Miller and how important Frank Miller is to comics. And I was even I had some customers come by the office this morning to do some pickups for some claims. And they were talking about, because this weekend is LA Comic-Con, and Charlie Cox, Wilson Bethel, who plays Bullseye, Kristen Ritter, they're all doing signings.
Is D'Onofrio there? Oh, no, he's there, but he's not doing signings.
Yeah.
He's doing pictures.
Yeah, so they're all down there, and they were talking about getting stuff signed, and one of them was like, yeah, like I have a Daredevil 158, it's signed by Miller, and then I want to get it signed by Charlie Cox, and he's like, I have a 131, I have it signed by Marv Wolfman, I want to get it signed by Charlie Cox and Wilson Bethel. Yeah, like I said, the whole thing. And then we started talking about Miller, and we just, if you've had anything signed by Miller, or like I've seen him in person, like any signings, he's getting older. Yeah. And so we started talking about just kind of him, and then we started talking about like the hate that he's been getting for his modern stuff, and I was just like, man, it's so undeserved. Yeah, like, agreed. One, because we should be thankful he's even still putting stuff out, right, and attempting because of his age, but also what this man did for comics is, I mean, I don't think there's enough thank yous. Like, I literally there was 2 guys that came to the office, and I was like, without Miller, I said that 3 of us probably are not standing in this room right now.
That's 100% true.
Because of what he did, and the way that Frank Miller changed comics was through Daredevil.
It was. 100%.
And you can go get this a 3.0 for $2,000. Like, that is, I understand $2,000 is a lot of money, but yeah, in the scope of the market and what things are worth here and what things are worth there, that book is just it's a Silver Age Marvel Mount Rushmore book.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what it is.
And he was the tool that Miller used to change comics forever. And man, that book is just severe. I'm not kidding. Like last night I was writing down a list of like what I'm gonna like hunt for at LA Comic-Con. Yeah, I'm hunting for a Daredevil 1. Like, if I can find a Daredevil 1. Like, yeah, even if it's just at FMV, I'm gonna buy another one.
Right. And on top of everything you said, he's also really popular in the pop culture. Like, he's got an ongoing series
Yeah,
that everybody loves.
they just signed or they just approved season.
Like 2 seasons ahead. Like we're going to get the one's in production right now, but the season after
yes,
that.
they just approved the next one.
So
That's how much confidence they have in the season that we haven't seen, that they're like, yeah, just go ahead with the other one.
And you and I've talked about this, and it's just a matter of time. Daredevil and Spider-Man roam the same streets.
Yep.
It's just a matter of time before they cross. Well, we know they're crossing over. Actually, what am I talking about? We know, but when they do, and that connection is made, you know, anything that connects to Spider-Man in the comic book world goes up.
Yeah.
You know, villains that are Spider-Man villains are worth more than Fantastic Four villains because they're Spider-Man's villains.
Yeah.
Because he's got a great villains gallery. Well, Daredevil is the street level, not just a street level superhero. He's on the same streets. He's in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about spec. Like, it's hard to talk about spec for a big book like Daredevil 1 because nobody doesn't know about it. But are you all paying attention to the prices?
Yeah.
The prices are silly. And I don't really care if someone says, well, because there's more available. Well, that does matter. But it's too inexpensive for the character and the property we're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's the first appearance and it's the first issue in the run. And if you think that's not significant, I want to point your attention to Spider-Man, who we know AF-15, everybody knows, right?
Yeah.
But look how close Spider-Man 1 is to the value of this book right here. It's not that far off. Why? It's not the first appearance.
Yeah.
But what does everybody say? Yeah, but it's the start of the Spider-Man run. Come on. Well, Daredevil 1, you have both. Like this one. It's first appearance and the start of the run. What are we doing? A 5-0 for 32? A 3-0 for 2?
Yeah.
Like you said, look, we're not talking about chump change, but what would you rather have? 2.98 first Miles Morales', which was nice, not saying it's not great, or would you rather go ahead and get a 3-0 Daredevil 1? There's no question.
You know, cancel your date night. We're gonna binge Daredevil season 1 right now.
I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that, and I know you're right. I would not be here if not for Frank Miller and what he did with Daredevil, because you know, when my friend introduced me to it, it was purely economic. It was the collecting, the specking, this collect issue 1s, collect issue 100s, you know, and all this. But it was the Frank Miller run that got me hooked on the stories, on the medium itself and what it was. And I just never have looked back.
Yeah.
You know, and then he busts into Batman and just does a second revitalization of that character, you know, first one being Neil Adams. And it's just, you know, come on.
Yeah. I when I quit my corporate job, I was figuring out what's next. And when I was like in that early stage of like figuring things out, my sleep schedule was like the worst it had ever been, because it was just like long nights of like, okay,
right,
what's the next step? And like that thought would just like keep me up all night. And so like that was like I was going to bed at 7 a.m. and waking up at noon. Like,
yeah.
And so, and that was like, I was up so late / early that I was like going out, buying coffee and breakfast. And then like, so that Dara would have it when she would wake up, and then I would go to bed. And that's how early it was. But I say all that because in those late nights when I was like figuring out what I'm going to do, that's when I first watched Daredevil. And so that's why Daredevil has like such, like why I love the character so much is because I binged seasons 1 through 3 while like figuring all that stuff out. Yeah. And then that's when I went to the comic shop that I lived next or near, and I bought the whole Miller run. And that was the first run I ever collected.
That's funny. Me too.
Yeah.
How would you know? So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. The Daredevil, man.
I would love to own a Daredevil 1. And what this has shown me, this Fantastic Four 1, is that it's all possible. You know, it's just as Rohan said, it's just a matter. Just in fact, in our exchange, because I obviously sent him a picture of the book too.
Oh, you did?
And he was stoked for me. He was really excited, and he said, you know, just about it's just prioritize and discipline.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yeah, you're right. It is. You know,
Yeah.
only took me 50 plus years to figure it out. You
Yeah.
know, as a living on this earth and 45 as a comic book collector to figure that out and apply it. But yeah, and so could happen, and maybe it should happen before Fantastic Four or 5, because if you're paying attention, and I know we all are that are listening or watching this podcast, this is probably not the time to buy Fantastic Four or 5.
Yeah, I think there's maybe like, we're about to hit October. I think there's probably a 2-month window, because I think we'll probably get a trailer in December, because like we talked about last week, Doomsday finished their principal photography. So that means they're going to go into the first stage of editing, which inevitably means they're going to be putting together a trailer as well.
Right.
And then that trailer we'll probably see end of this year, early next year. So as soon as that trailer hits, people are just going to be excited about the Avengers, just because the whole old X-Men, the OG Avengers crew is coming back. So I think it's just going to excite people.
So maybe, am I wrong? Is now the time to do it? This 2-month window? Because the price is already elevated ever since RDJ made his announcement.
Yeah, but it came down a little bit. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I think, well, obviously it comes down to what you want to collect, but I feel like naturally in your evolution of like collecting, like Daredevil 1 just makes sense. I know. Like, and with FF5, the thing is you might not get, you might not see a book because people might be holding them until...
I haven't really seen many. That's true.
Yeah,
really.
so everyone might be waiting until December, January, whatever, if we get a trailer then.
And if that's the case, then you pretty much have to wait until the movie comes out and then the hype dies down, which it may not. We were in the theaters sitting next to each other when the reveal at the end of the FF movie showed us even just a glimpse of Doom.
Mask.
And everybody flipped out. They're ready. They want that character. But meanwhile, taking my own advice, which is buy when no one else is buying, buy when everybody's selling, or at least when the prices are down, would be Daredevil 1. It feels irresponsibly low. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. It does. It feels like irresponsibly, unreasonably low. Yeah. Like there's no like actual like, I don't know. People are liquidating their copies right now for whatever reason, and it's not bringing the price up. Like I think people are just getting out of it. And we just had a Daredevil year. Like one of the best things Marvel put out this year was the Daredevil, in my opinion. Well, and then Daredevil was in the Spider-Man animated show, and that was so much fun. That was
a cool moment.
Yeah,
when they fought. Yeah, on the roof.
And Dara and I just watched. Have you seen the extended cut of Spider-Man No Way Home?
No.
So there's an extra scene that they deleted from the original. There's one more scene. Oh. A deleted scene that has Charlie Cox.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Dara and I, we just watched the 3 Tobey movies. We watched the 2 Garfield movies. And then we watched Spider-Man Homecoming. And I had recently seen Far From Home. I don't know when the last time she rewatched it. But then we just jumped straight to No Way Home. Because my favorite Spider-Man movie is Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is the death of Gwen Stacy. Yeah. And obviously, Andrew has his moment in No Way Home where he like redeems himself.
Nice bookend moment there. Yeah.
And so we were just like, we just went straight into it and we watched. But we watched the extended cut, which is about like 20 minutes longer. And yeah, there's another scene of Charlie Cox where he's in, I forget what it's called, but remember how he tells Happy, like, you're going to need to find a lawyer? Yeah. And then Happy quotes Goodfellas. Yeah. So the scene is him actually being Happy's lawyer, and they're sitting in like a conference room with all the like lawyers that are trying to go after Happy. And so they're having an exchange, and it's like, it's a little funny moment.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Wow. Man.
I'm sure you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll look for it. That's it's just, Daredevil 1 would be really spectacular. I mean, there are how many books? I mean, 8 Marvel Silver Age books that introduce iconic Mount Rushmore characters. Fantastic Four 1, AF-15, Spider-Man. I wouldn't count Spider-Man 1 in this because I'm talking about introducing them. So AF-15, Journey into Mystery 83, which is Thor. Tales of Suspense 39. Ant-Man or Tales of Suspense 27. Ant-Man. Strange Tales 110. Doctor Strange. I'm not going to count Avengers 1 because there's nobody new coming in there. That's just
Hulk
a team.
1.
But Hulk 1, which I always forget for some reason. I don't know why. But Hulk 1.
Avengers 4.
Avengers 4, which is not on the same level as the other ones, but well, we have to say it. And Daredevil 1. Am I missing something?
I don't know. Look on the carpet.
Am I missing any of the Silver Age?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, X-Men 1.
Oh, X-Men 1.
Yeah, of course. X-Men 1. And you might say X-Men 4 too, because that's the Scarlet Witch and all that. But I mean
that's like A or B tier.
Okay.
The way you're naming S tier books.
Yeah, S tier books. Those are S tier books. And that's all. So what is that? 8? I think it is 8.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. And Daredevil 1 is one of those. And it's not the last one of them either. It's Daredevil 1 is above first Ant-Man. It's above the first Doctor Strange. I put it above the first Thor.
I do too.
I don't think value-wise it is, but I would rather own Daredevil 1 than... I mean, I think Daredevil is a bigger character than Thor in the MCU, in Marvel comic books.
Yeah, and just Marvel in general, yeah.
I don't put it ahead of the X-Men. I don't put it ahead of Spider-Man. I don't put it ahead of Fantastic Four. In comic books, I put it ahead of Iron Man. But when you include the movie universe, I can't because RDJ was just that spectacular. So I would say in that case, TOS 39 is the more desirable book, but in comic books, that's not true.
Yeah.
Iron Man in comic books is really nothing special, really, and all apologies. I like Iron Man, he's a great character, but he just doesn't have that many keys. It's just not that, whereas Daredevil is connected to so many historically amazing runs, modern and continuing to be modern in modern books. The Zdarsky run being the one I'm thinking of right now. But anyway, that's it. That's all. There aren't any, and that number's not going to change. There's a finite number, and if you like, I know that's what Rohan's doing. Rohan's featured, and he's he's semi-featured in our podcast here today. But that's what he did. That's what he's chasing is those Grail books, and that's what he goes for.
By no coincidence, I just realized I'm wearing a Daredevil shirt, and you're wearing the FF shirt.
Yeah.
So
I saved. This shirt's been hanging in my closet for like 3 weeks, and I knew I'm going to wear it tomorrow at the convention too.
Nice. Yeah. I was thinking about wearing this tomorrow.
Let's go, man. We can wear the shirts 2 days in a row. We're going to do it.
Oh, yeah. I always do that. Shirts have... You can wear them unless you're getting like real sweaty. But
yeah. No. But I was saving this for when I actually could bring this book.
Yeah.
What's funny is I got home yesterday probably like way later than I was hoping to. I mean, I knew the book was coming, and I expected to get home. I was going to just jet out of there as quickly as I could and get home because I was just so excited. And it was hilarious. Like the universe conspired against me. You just can't believe how many things happened between when I thought I was going to leave and when I actually got out of there. It was hilarious. Like 3 different times I was packed up and ready to go, and then somebody showed up at my office, and it was just like. And I texted you at one point. I'm like, I'm still. I think I texted you at 4:30 when I thought I'd be home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm still here with a sad face emoji. And so I finally get home, and I open it, and I had my wife Debbie film me opening it, so because I wanted that moment documented, and she had something to do last night, so she was out, and I was like a little kid at Christmas with that favorite toy that he finally got. I was carrying this book from room to room. I just kept it in my arms because I would be sitting there, whatever, watching TV or whatever, and then I would just want to look at it some more.
You're just like watching TV, but you're like holding it like this.
Yeah, I literally just had it like there, and then I would just look at it during the commercials, swaddling it, So yeah,
man, between the two of us, we have quite a collection.
I know it.
FF1, Daredevil 1, FF5.
Yeah, we got some bangers.
Man.
Bangers.
I was just scrolling IG yesterday, and I saw an ASM 1, like a 4.0 for 8,000. And I was like, man, maybe I'll think about getting an ASM 1.
Yeah.
And
it's a great book.
I love the cover of ASM 1.
That's First Chameleon, right?
Yeah. Second, Spidey. FF crossover. Is
Yeah.
that their first ever crossover?
Gotta be. It's gotta be the first
Yeah.
crossover, right?
Yeah, it's so cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it would be. I mean, we could sort of unofficially try to get all 8 of those books between the two of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, what would be next? TOS 39, Jim 83, stuff like that. Strange Tales 110 definitely could be had for a decent price.
Yeah, the book has come down. I just wish he was on the cover because the cover is
The cover's okay. Here's a weird thing about that book.
That's a book I'd
it's
have
not
raw.
it's not a great cover, but because we associate it rightly with first Doctor Strange, it is kind of a cool cover. Like I see it and I go, well, that's I know what that means. It's first Doctor Strange.
No, I know what you mean because so when I had those guys over picking up their claims, they were headed to LA Comic-Con and so they were like, yeah, we're looking at going to these signings. Like, do you have any books from these artists? And I was like, yeah. So like I pulled out. They were looking like for Silvestri and Andy Kubert, which there's a lot of X-Men that they did.
Yeah.
So I just pulled out a bunch of X-Men that I haven't even like bagged and boarded yet.
Yeah.
And I think it was X-Men 238. So basically this collection that I got, what this guy did was he put 5 comics into a comic bag. And it actually held up really well.
Yeah.
Like the way that so 5 comics in a comic bag, no board. I mean, it works.
It works
really well, surprisingly, because a lot of these books are
gorgeous.
high grade.
Yeah, gorgeous books.
So like the older stuff, like the bronze and silver, like he had bagged and boarded. But when you get more into like the 80s and out of the Bronze Age, pretty much, he was putting 5 in a bag and they held up well. But anyway, so I'm pulling out like the Silvestri run because he did like a string of covers for X-Men, and then we got to X-Men 238, and I was like, I looked at the cover and I was like, that's a key. I was like, I don't know what the key is, but it's a cool cover. And they were like, yeah, that is a cool cover. And they're like, it is a key. I don't know. But the 3 of us were like, I can't remember what it is. So then I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, it's the first Jim Lee on X-Men.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
that pink cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like the Strange Tales 110, you're just like, oh yeah, I recognize the cover. It's a sweet cover.
Yeah, it's a sweet cover.
Like 238. I mean, obviously not nearly as big a book as Strange Tales 110, but we were all like, oh, that's a cool cover. Oh yeah, that's a key, I think, but I have no clue.
Yeah, there's an association that you make with it, and it's when you see it. I have a friend, he friend that I work with, and he's now living out of state, but his dad gave him some comics that he had, and one in that collection was a Strange Tales 110. So I have a picture, and it's raw.
I have seen that picture
holding it, and opened up to the page where you see Doctor Strange for the first time, and I mean, I was in awe of the book, I mean, it's not the cover we all wish it would be, but it's still the first Doctor Strange, man, but cover of those that I really, really like is the Tales to Astonish 27, the man in the anthill, where the guy's I think it's a cool cover. It really is like a 1950s horror, or it looks like pre-code stuff,
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Yeah.
But never owned that book.
All right, well, it's time for me to surprise you with my AF-15.
I hope it is, because that would be incredible. Like, anyway, but I know it's not. But
it's not. So my show and tell this week is probably the coolest Kang cover ever. This is ASM. No, not ASM. Avengers 129.
Sweet.
Just a rad cover, man. This is a book you don't see too often. I don't know why.
I know you don't.
But just another white pager in my collection that I am pulling out. I got this. See, this is one of those books.
Gorgeous.
Kind of based on the conversations we've been having on the pod the last couple weeks. I got that graded a couple years ago. Today, I'm probably not getting that book graded.
Right.
Like, I'm keeping it raw. It looks nice. I mean, heck, I might even. Well,
but it's white pages.
So
no, you're not.
I
know what you mean, though. There we go. Yeah, that's a nice book, man. That's really nice.
But Kang, he's the man.
Yeah.
Just such a cool design.
And it's a 7.0 white pager for you people listening. Oh, yeah. It's that cool orange Avengers cover with like a gigantic Titanic Kang absorbing some abuse from
Yeah,
from everybody,
yeah.
from all the Avengers.
Oh, look at this. Avengers 129, November 1974. ASM 129, also a 7.0 white pager, February 1974.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Two 1974s.
129's magic number.
Yeah,
That's a
pretty
nice
cool.
book. You know what we should do before I take this home? We should put your Daredevil one
Yeah,
next to it and take a picture, because that's
Yeah.
two of the 8 Rushmore books that we just listed.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
You know, that would be fun.
Yeah, I love the red and orange like that. When I was talking about just colors or comics that have covers where the color just
Yeah,
pops, this is definitely one of them.
yeah, and that's what. So 74, you say?
Yeah, 1974.
Yeah, Kang is very charismatic covers. You know, that's what I've noticed about him. When his
Yeah.
covers are always eye catching, kind of like Mysterio. Mysterio's like that too. Mysterio covers are really cool. Kang covers tend to be really cool too.
Yeah.
When he's on there, it's like the artists just enjoy. Is that Kirby cover? It looks like it with the big hands.
Ron Wilson and Al Milgrom.
Okay, well, Kirby influence for sure.
Yeah. So.
And I know you love those 25-cent Marvels. That's like one of your favorite.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, the 25-cent. Just because no barcode, no direct. I think they look great. It's tough for me, man. When I'm pricing these 25-cent, 30-cent ASMs,
Right.
Avengers, Hulks. Yeah, it's I just want to keep them all.
I know it's hard to bridge to walk the line between dealer and collector.
Yeah,
You know, and I know that's anybody who's ever been a dealer can probably tell their own stories about that. Where how do you know? But then I guess it would be fun because you have a lot of inventory that comes in and out, and you can cherry pick. You know,
I
the things,
upgrade.
yeah, things that you see that you would, and in that way, you keep the business humming, but at the same time, your collection just keeps getting, it just keeps upgrading.
Yeah, I'm upgrading my Secret Wars 8, so I have a newsstand copy. I don't remember the grade. And I bought a Secret Wars in a collection raw, and I was like, this has a shot. So we did a pre-screen 9.8 for modern, which we discussed. If it's not 9.8
Yep.
and modern, don't bother. So
don't
we
do
did a pre-screen, and that's a book that in 9.8, it like what you can buy that book for near mint raw for what you can get 9.8. Excuse me, is a gap.
Yeah.
So that was a book that I was like, yeah, 9.8 pre-screen this. A couple others, like I think I did Wolverine 8 in a pre-screen because that's like a
nice book.
$60 book near mint, but the 9.8 took $350. So there's actually like a real
Right.
significant
and
gap.
it came back in 9.8, right?
No, that one got rejected. I was shocked. And then I did the Wolverine 88, the first time Deadpool and Wolverine meet. I had a deluxe edition, sent that in for pre-screen. That one got through.
Oh, good.
And so because that one apparently is a tough one to get 9.8. I've sent in 2, and they
okay.
both come back 9.6.
You want to tell them about my meltdown?
Yeah. So here, let me open up my CGC.
Oh, I thought you were going to open up the text.
Oh no! I won't shame you that bad. Just because I don't remember exactly everything that was submitted. Okay, so all right, so I sent in Marvel Secret Wars 8, came back in 9.8. I sent in a New Mutants 87, and I thought surely that was a 9.8, and that one got rejected. Then I sent the Wolverine 8, that also got rejected, and I sent in the Wolverine 88 Deluxe Edition, that came back in 9.8. So I was that 50%?
Yep, 2 for 4.
So, and then you sent in 2 V for Vendettas, and you said on the claim sale, these are 9.8s. I'm holding.
That's $60 each.
Yep. And then they both came back 9.8.
And the 9.8 fair market value is like 160
Yeah.
for those. So yeah, that worked out.
And because you bought those off the rack.
Yeah.
So,
I was hoping one would be a 9.9, just because I thought it could be. But
yeah, I mean, they were clean.
yeah,
books.
but we've talked about the mystery of the 9.9. We really don't know what makes a 9.9.
Yeah. And then You sent in that Superman 423 that you had in the
The
show
Alan
and
Moore
tell.
story, the Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, double cover.
Double cover, just amazing. So we looked at it. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Thank you. We looked at it, and what I saw was there was one spine tick on the front cover, but the interior cover looked like it looked like a candidate. So I'd never pressed a double cover, so I didn't need a press really. Like there was a color breaking spine tick. We're not gonna flatten that out,
Right.
or put color back into it. So, yeah, I was just like, this interior cover looks like a 9.8 to me. So, and if what they do is they put the highest grade on the label, and then when you like look at the cert number, it'll tell you like in
Each
like
grade,
outer
each
cover
cover,
9.6, interior cover 9.8, or whatever. But they'll put the highest grade on the label. And so I was pretty confident. Like I really, the only book that I really thought wasn't gonna get a 9.8 was the Secret Wars 8, just because there was like one small defect. It wasn't crazy, but I thought this is a book that I assumed that they would be like pretty strict on.
Yeah.
But they weren't, and so I sent you the list of what got rejected and what didn't, and Mr. Longbox, I think, denounced CGC.
I did.
Denounced Superman probably somewhere in there.
No, Superman escaped, but CGC got the brunt of it. Yeah. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm done with CGC. I'm going to cancel my subscription to CGC. I don't know what they're talking about, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And so that was my reaction. I haven't canceled my CGC subscription yet, but it was my definite initial reaction. And then I said to you, and I really do stand by the statement. I said, I bet they didn't even know it was a double cover.
Oh, right. That's right.
I honestly think that's probably what happened. I do. Because it's a quick screening. Like they're just going to quickly look at it and go, oh no, that's got a tick, you know, and it's got that one color breaking spine tick right there. So it's not a 9.8, moving on. Like, they have to go that fast, right?
Yeah.
But it's a double cover. So that changes the rules. You have to look at this inside. I don't think they ever opened it. I think if they did, it wouldn't have been. I think it would be.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see Monday. Because we'll open it up again and we'll look at that interior cover.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I kind of wondered if I really wanted the double cover to be slabbed after I had sent it in anyway, because then you don't get to see the double cover. Like, that's the cool thing about a double cover.
Yeah, I think, like I said, if it's not a 9.8, it's not worth, like, it's got to be a 9.8 or raw, I think, in that scenario.
So now I have this really, beautiful mint condition double cover that I can show as a double cover, and that's fine. But what in the world is going on with CGC, man? Come on.
Who knows? I cracked 6 slabs this week.
You're doing it. You're going in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. You did. It's like some of those flash books, I think, right?
Yeah, a lot of my flash books that were my last sale, I cracked them. I sold one of them.
Yeah, and you sold it. You showed the label. You said, this is the label.
Yeah.
Now, explain why that made more sense to you than just selling it in the label itself.
So there's 2 main reasons.
Okay.
So the first reason is I had a flash, I want to say 121, something like that. It's the first cover of Gorilla Grodd. It's this really nice green cover, and Gorilla Grodd is cool. And so this was like early. I got this at WonderCon 2023 when we went. I think that was the first time we went, right? Or 2022?
22, I think.
Yeah, so it was whichever one was the first time we went. I got that book. I was just excited about collecting. I was excited about having slabs. So I sent it in to get graded. Came back a 4.5. Cool, whatever. Didn't care. It's out of my collection for a long time. Went and looked. I paid way more than what it's worth graded. Probably double what I ended up selling it for. But I looked, and the last sale in a 4.5 for that book was $30. Okay, it was a 4.5. So then I go on eBay and I just go Flash 121 or whatever the issue number is, VG, because that's how I price books. And then I'll look at the book and I'm like, my copy looks better than this. Like, I'll price it a little bit. higher, whatever. So I type in Flash 121 VG. I see some VG looking copies. All sales for that book, VG raw, double what the slab was. 65 was the last sale on that book.
Wow.
So I put it up in the claim sale for 65. Somebody offered me 55. I sold it for 55.
That's amazing. What a story.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and the same was true for all the other Flash books that I cracked. Where
So there you go, people.
Where the slab was worth
In real-time sales data that indicates, at least in this anecdotal set of information, you got more for the same book raw than were it to be in a slab.
And the second reason is I save on shipping because I do free shipping claim sales. So if you're in a claim sale that I do, it's free shipping. If you buy when I do after the claim sale, when I post on the wall, it's not free shipping. So you got to be in the show to get the free shipping. So that was the other reason. I was like, okay, well, if this book is worth $30 and I'm paying shipping, it costs me $20 to ship medium flat rate.
Right. First.
$10 compared to I come out of that with $10
It's not
compared
worth it.
to I crack it. I list it for 65. I sell it for 55. That person bought other raws.
Yeah.
And to ship that book is under 10.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So
That's great. And I just talk about your free shipping. I love the free shipping thing for a couple of reasons. I love it because, from a buyer's perspective, I think it's cool because now it emulates being in an LCS.
yeah,
You if you see something you like, you just buy it. You don't have to. And if it's just one thing and it's $3, just buy it. Which is tough on you if someone only buys a $3 book, right? But that's not going to happen most of the time. But anyway, but I love that experience. But I also like it from a seller's perspective because you never have to try to justify the shipping costs. Because you always worry about that. You think, well, because someone says, well, yeah, but I paid $10 shipping, but the stamp said it was $7. Like, what's that about? Like, yeah, but I also had to buy. Had to buy the boxes. I had to buy the tape. I had to buy the bubble wrap. I had to had to print the label. Like all this stuff costs money. You just never have to worry about that at all anymore.
yeah,
You're just like, hey man,
yeah,
just not a factor.
yeah,
It's a good way to go.
yeah.
It worked for Amazon.
Yeah,
That's what really it made Amazon take off when they went with the whole Prime thing. Back then when they first started, it rolled out. It was like $89 a year, and you got your Prime membership, which meant you never paid shipping. And that is when I bought all the Amazon stock when they did that. I said, there you go, because the price on Amazon was cheaper, but then you had to factor in the shipping.
maybe I should roll back my free shipping and I should do a subscription.
It's been done and it worked. I mean, you could have it's an interesting thought,
Yeah.
You could say, yeah, you'd be a special member of the Spro Prime. Spro Prime means, and it's it doesn't have to be as much as, because Amazon charges $89 a year and they're getting, but you're also getting music and all that. But if you were just like, yeah, it's whatever number you think it makes sense a year. And for that reason, it's always free shipping for you, no matter what. If it's a consignment book, it's just always free shipping for you.
Interesting.
Yeah. You guys are watching strategize for his business in the moment, real time, but that's actually kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
Because it also engenders brand loyalty, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Because if I know I'm already investing to have that, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, but I think people are tired of subscriptions.
Yeah, and they're also going to be like, bro, you're already giving free shipping.
Yeah.
Now you want to make me pay for it. But if you could go back in time, maybe. But I don't know. Whatever. I just think the free shipping's great. I love it.
Yeah, it changes things in general, but I don't mind the free shipping.
Well, LCSs do it. I know there's an LCS in not specifically in our local town, but not far away, that gives a break if they pull for you. Like if you, they'll give you a percentage off the price of the book if you have a few pulls every month. And So that's just a rewards program. I mean, stores do this all the time, and our LCS does something cool. If for every whatever you spend, you get a discount. That's something new that they've started. They used to do a thing where if you bought, I think up to 6, you have a card, and if you buy 6 graphic novels, the 7th graphic novel is up to whatever is free. But now they're doing something where if you spend like $100, every $100 you spend, you get $5 credit, and they just keep track of it on their system.
Oh,
I mean, it's not.
Does that mean your card is your card still valid?
It's still valid. They're just gonna phase them out. So if you've got one with a handful of stars on it already, they'll honor it. They'll just keep doing it. So no worries. But yeah, I thought that was cool. It's like, yeah, nice. All right, we'll do that. So all that to say, it's not unprecedented to come up with some kind of a, if you wanted to do that. It doesn't have to be a subscription. It could just be a rewards thing. It could be anything.
Yeah. Huh.
But and not that you need to make any changes. You're doing great.
Yeah.
I think people really enjoy the last claim sale. We noticed had a different vibe to it. That all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it seemed the raining down of the buyer credit offer, and the buyers issuing credits to each other, that like the Holy Spirit just rained down, and it just sort of was just happening,
Yeah, I was really humbled and grateful. I did a sale this past Wednesday, what day? The 24th, and I just had a lot of people chipping in, and it felt like I said, I was just really humbled because I stopped doing consignment sales and I went solo, and there was definitely some fear in that. Like,
oh yeah,
like a lot of what's it called? Where a lot of imposter syndrome. That like comes with that, and so I really only had one sale that like wasn't as successful as I would have liked it to be. But every sale since then, like you guys have shown up. But this most recent sale on the 24th, it was moving because just kind of restarting and like rebuilding this thing on my own, and a lot of people chipped in. Like I think it was over $100 of chip-ins, and
it was. Can I be a little corny and
sure.
just say it was heartwarming?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, this is what it was, and in case like anybody's wondering, like Spro's Comics is not a joint venture. It's your business. If I'm there, it's because I want to be there, and I'm helping you because we're family, and it's fun, and occasionally I get to sell books on you, or I'll throw a book in. That was so rewarding to me. To see all that happen for you. Yeah. Because what you're trying, I know you, and what you're trying to do isn't just sell comic books. Yeah. I know you're trying to build a community. You want that, and that's something that Dara has kind of shown both of us in what she does in her streaming world. Just there's something really fun about and opportunistic for us as collectors to have that, and it can happen. And so when you start to see some of the same names, in the claim sales, and now the claim sales have a context, So it's like you're a small streamer. Like the people are coming in and they're, hey man, and everybody knows each other's names, and it's like, and it was just heartwarming to see. And like there was one point, and like my favorite moment of the claim sale was when two people, like it was up in the air as to who was the claim, what was a certain credit going to be applied to this person or that person based on when the claim came through and all that. And right in the midst of kind of trying to figure that out, someone comes in and is like, hey man, I'll just extend. They can both have the same one.
It was the same guy. Yeah.
They can both have the same credit. I'll just double the amount I was going to credit.
Yeah.
And it was a very generous credit too.
Yeah. It was $20 on 50 or more.
Yeah. Crazy amount. Like, so that's a 40% discount. Like someone's paying 40% of your book for you.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there and I'm like, my first thought was, what in the world's going on?
Yeah.
But quickly followed by, well, it's because Joshua has built this thing. Like I did sense it when I was selling when I had my claim sale, that you got them warmed up and then you let me take it. And it really got me to this book right here. I felt it then.
Yeah.
That people were literally coming in, onboarding to be a part of this thing I was trying to do.
Yeah.
But I think that's happening just with your community in general. People like, and also they had, not that we're trying to turn this into an advertisement for Spros Comics, but I mean,
it's all my
yeah, it's all
the
Spros
channel
right here. But I mean, but honestly, I think that happens when you get rewarded by the community when you give the community what they want. What they want is good books, fair prices, and good customer service.
Yeah, I had somebody, a customer that pretty much comes into every show and always buys something.
Yeah.
And somebody, I don't remember what question was asked, but it was something about like the grade and like what are the defects on the book, and this loyal customer was just like, Spro's pricing is great, and his grading is accurate. You can buy with confidence.
Yeah.
And so that stuff means more to me than like that's the type of stuff that just like, it just means so much to me.
Yeah.
Because that's what, there's a lot of people out there that are trying to snake you.
Yeah.
And I've been snaked.
We all have.
We've both been snaked. We've all been through it. And there's no worse feeling than buying a book and not being happy with it.
Right.
And I know that will happen. Like, because I'm not a perfect grader. My eyes perceive things that, other people might perceive something else. So I'm just like, I'll do my best to make things right in those situations. But like, if I can consistently like be like, if I can bat over 500,
yeah,
like,
well, yeah, you're way over that. Yeah, exactly. And
if I can have a Steph Curry shooting percentage, like,
yeah, right. It was like 40, 40, and 40, whatever that number of percentages. Yeah, I mean, and like my show and tell from last episode, and all you can do if there is ever a buyer who's like, hey, this isn't really what I was expecting or wanting, or whatever, is just make it right.
Yeah,
like the book that I got that turned out to be a color touch after I created. That's going to happen, but in the rare times where it does, you're just like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
send it back. I'll reimburse your shipping, and I'll pay the shipping to have it come back, and we're good. No problem. That's all. That's all you can do, because there is subjectivity to it. And if you're going to sell raws, that's the deal.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just had so much fun. It was just a blast. It was really fun to watch, it's starting to feel like when you have claim sales, like our old friends are showing up. Like, hey man, and I don't want to like start naming names, but we know who they are.
Yeah.
The people who pop up, and we see them in there, and it's just in the chat, and we're having fun, and I love it, man. It's just cool.
There was a lot of new faces this week too.
Yeah.
Like when my invoicing, I think there was maybe like 4 or 5 new people.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because word gets out, right?
So, yeah, I'm bummed though, because I don't know. It might be a couple weeks till I can do my next sale. Maybe I can squeeze one in this week. But I don't know. Hopefully I get some new inventory at LA Comic Con.
Yeah. Which is tomorrow, although for you guys watching this,
a couple days ago. Yeah. And then the week after that, I'm going to Dallas Fan Festival, I think is what it's called. So if you're in Texas and you're going to Dallas Fan Fest, I'll be there both days, Saturday and Sunday. So if you see me on the con floor, say what's up.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully I get some nice new inventory from both of those shows. I'll get inventory from. I'll buy a collection. If you see something on IG for a nice price, like there's nothing, like, yeah, I'll get inventory from anywhere.
So for where we are right now in this moment,
yes,
less than 24 hours away from being on the floor at LA Comic Con.
Yeah.
What are you hunting tomorrow? What are you going to be looking for?
What am I going to be looking for? Some Golden Age.
Nice.
I think because I've got some people asking.
It does come up.
So like somebody bought your Jungle Comics, and then they had to ask if I had more. Some X-Men, like Burn, and like Silver Age to Burn Claremont stuff.
Yeah.
Just because I don't have a ton of it, and I've kind of had the same issues over and over again of the Burn Claremont.
So for something like that, where you will find that.
Yeah.
But then we always run into will you get a good deal from a dealer at a con? Is it something where you might say, hey, can you bundle like 6 of those? What's the price?
Well, I know there's a guy there who has he's got the wall, which is like all the keys, But then he has his whole boxes is $5, $10, and $20. And sometimes the books are like janky.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and so
I spent a lot of money with him last time.
oh no, it's a different guy.
Oh, it's a different guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, no.
But, all right, I'll look forward to going. I'm going to follow you to this guy.
Yeah. So that's actually where I found some Mark Jewelers that I sold at WonderCon. Because I was just able to look on top and
So you're going to be hunting Mark Jewelers because
So-
you can
yeah.
spot them.
yeah. So I think I found like 3 Mark Jewelers and I bought them for $5 each. And so it's normally not like super high grade stuff, but honestly, I have a lot of like really high grade stuff. So I have like a lot of like $30+ books because it's like high grade bronze, which I've noticed like. So let's say like 9.2 plus, like 9.2, 9.4 is the highest I'll grade something. If it's ASM bronze and it's 9.2, 9.4, you're looking at like 30 to like 50, sometimes higher depending on the book. But then if you get to like 8 and lower, it's like a $10 book. But as soon as it gets into that like near mint range, it just immediately jumps up.
Yeah.
Even if it's like nothing. It's like the cover's not cool. It's a nothing ASM
not a
filler
key.
book.
Yeah.
But if it's 9.2 plus on eBay, they consistently sell for 30. But then if you throw like Goblin on the cover, Mysterio, Lizard, just like cool, like villains or like other like crossover heroes. When you start having those in the Bronze Age, like Punisher or Black Cat, once you get those, then at that point, that's when those books shoot up to, then they become like $50, $60 books.
So that's what you're looking for, high grade of that?
No, because I have high graded that.
Okay,
stuff.
so you need you were looking for
A little bit more like entry, which this is like kind of like what that guy has. Like the Mark Jeweler stuff that I bought, it was all like VG from his booth. So, the thing is, I think so I sold a lot of keys. I've sold a lot of my big keys. I sold my 80 ASM 129. I sold my FF5. Sold my Werewolf by Night, which I'm still looking. I'm surprised. I sold it, and then nobody is listing. It's like everybody knew I sold mine, and they're like, "Yeah,
there are no white pages
I'm
around.
not selling mine."
Yeah, that's funny.
So I'm still waiting on that, but I sold that. I just sold my first Sabretooth. So the only like big key that I have left, well, I have a couple, but I'm kind of like the prices are down, so I'm just sitting on them for a little bit. But I have my X-Men 12. I have FF48, FF52, and ASM 194. And currently those are the biggest books that I own. So I need more bigger books.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be looking for some.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on the Golden Age side, any area in particular you're looking for, or just anything that you think would be fun to bring to a sale?
You know what? I was, and I don't think I'm going to do this, but when I was thinking last night about like, okay, Golden Age, how am I going to do this? Because it's just not like a territory I'm in, and like we live in SoCal, so it's like when you get collections, it's mostly Marvel.
Right,
like it's not a lot of Golden Age. And so when I was thinking, I was like, okay, what do people want? I was like, okay, the Matt Baker Jungle Comics. I was like, keep out for Jungle Comics, keep an eye out for Batman. And I was like, I wonder if I just give Bob like $500 and I just say, I trust you to be wise with this and go get me
some
Golden Age inventory.
Golden Age inventory that will move. Yeah. Well,
that was a thought that I had last night.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, are you looking to get? Because for $500, you could obviously clearly just get one book, but you're thinking like, nah, I want like maybe 3 or 4 books.
Yeah, like a spread of books.
Sure. And there are sellers. There are going to be sellers there that are going to have long boxes of Golden Age.
Yeah. So I think with the conclusion I came to with that is we'll get there, and then I'll like go through all the like books and stuff, or like do like a walkthrough, and if I see like, hey, there's a dude with Golden Age, like,
bring me over and I'll come with you.
Don't waste my money. Here you go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely. I've been picking around the Golden Age for a while now, buying stuff and watching Golden Age claim sales, and I can see what sells, what moves and what's. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because at
Let me
WonderCon,
spend some of your money, man. Come
at
on.
WonderCon, there was a dude who had a box of Golden Age, and a lot of it was like 50 to 100.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, I'm realizing that I should have like bought his box, because I after I went and I like checked eBay, all prices, and I was like, I probably should have just asked him how much for this short box. Yeah, and then actually, because what I did was I went back the next day and it was all gone.
Well, maybe getting a chance tomorrow
Yeah, so
to do that again. Oof. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, the Golden Age is just there's a lot more Golden Age books than people think.
yeah,
You know, I don't mean, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I don't mean that each Golden Age comic book has a lot of copies. I just mean there's a lot of individual titles in the Golden Age.
Yeah.
It ran for decades,
yeah,
from mid to late 30s, the entire decade of the 40s, and then really all the 50s, kind of, except for maybe at least through 1955, 1956 is all considered Golden Age. That's like 20 years, whereas we have just really 10 years of Silver Age stuff. There's a lot of Golden Age books, a ton. They were printing a lot. A lot of them didn't survive, but there's a lot of options there. Tons of options, So what do you want to get, Sci-fi, horror, crime, superhero, romance. I know you don't want Dell or Disney, and I know you don't want Western.
no
I'm
Western.
I'm going to say no to those.
No, I probably want like Matt Baker, LB Cole.
LB Cole will move. Baker will move. Cool horror covers.
Yeah.
Any pre-code horror or crime is going to be any EC.
I'll be looking for New Mutants 98 too, probably. That's a book that's down right now. So if I can find a nice looking raw copy and I can get a good price on it, I'm looking at this rug.
Oh yeah,
because these are a lot of the books that I would be looking
I'm looking
for.
at the FF1 on the rug for the first time, not feeling angsty.
Longing.
Yeah.
Hulk 181, getting another Hulk 181 would be cool. I have had people asking me for Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., like the early Steranko stuff.
Yeah, those are beautiful, beautiful books, man.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
I would love Guardians, the Marvel superheroes.
Oh yeah.
But that might be a PC book. So yeah, I'm mostly just looking to add some like bigger pieces of inventory. Like,
okay.
Yeah, if I can, I mean, if I walk out of there with a just a Hulk 181 for like inventory purposes and like a couple like Mark Jewell stuff that I would find, I'd be happy with that. Yeah. Or like a New Mutants 98, maybe like a Silver Surfer 1.
Yeah.
Like more of like your mid-tier like
Those
like
always,
keys, but
those are always big movers.
Yeah. So stuff like that. As for like what if I'm gonna buy anything PC wise, I don't know. Maybe a Werewolf by Night 70 to 80 white pager. Still hunting for that. Or X-Men 4 white pager.
Yeah.
So
I want that. I want to see you get that book, Brad.
Yeah.
I know you really want that book.
Yeah. So that wall's waiting right there. Got the X-Men 5 and what was it, X-Men 6?
Yeah. Just drop it in.
Yeah, seriously. So how about you?
I for me, I think a couple of books. You might think, well, since I've got FF1, I'm just gonna, but since I squared up with the purchase, I made that second batch of sales, I get to go to LA Comic Con now, kind of with a free hand. Like I can go and buy what I would have bought if in a vacuum. So I don't intend to go spend a bunch of money, but I've said that before, but there are a few things that I would love to get my hands on if I could. I know that I need to replace my Daredevil 168 because I sold it in the FF1 run. It was a 7.5 copy, and I always wanted a higher grade anyway, so I was fine to sell it. So I will be looking.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm going to pull the trigger on that one this weekend, but maybe it doesn't have to be a 9.8 or even a 9.6. Like a nice solid 9.4 newsy white pager would be nice if I could find a nice price on that.
Yeah.
Or a nice raw copy that would, but I'm not sure about I have a strained relationship with CGC right now, so
Yeah.
I don't know. But that one's one of them. Hulk 180. I don't own Hulk 180. I once owned it a long time ago. I'd like to get a copy. Hulk 181's a little too out of my range at the moment, but a nice copy of Hulk 180. Mid-grade doesn't need to be more than that. Raw copy is probably what I'd look for.
Yeah.
I'd love to own that book because I don't care what anybody says. That is the first appearance of Wolverine.
Yep.
We can, more on that later, some other episode, but I really do believe that it checks all the boxes to be the first appearance, not a cameo. He's there. He's fully in a panel, and he's named.
Yep.
That's it. Incidentally, no, I don't want to go down that road because who knows how long we'll be talking about that. I'll save that for another time. But so those two I'm looking for. But of course, as you know, I'm still hunting the last two Golden Age Catwoman covers. Detective Comics issue 122. Probably not going to come home with that, even if I find it, because it's really very expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put any shadow on my joy for FF1 by bringing in, you know what I mean? Like if I bring another big, then it divides the joy across two. And I think I just want to like bask in this for a little while. So I don't think I would do that. But Batman 65 is the other one I don't have. And it is kind of iconic, the big, huge Catwoman face on it. That one, if I should find that one raw for a decent price, I might be tempted to bring that one home.
Yeah.
So those are the big ones, I think. But then as you know, I'm always looking for cool Miller covers. Any Miller Daredevil to me is something I'm interested in, even though I already have it because I just love those books. First Nightwing, talked about it.
Oh yeah.
I do think that book it'd be a spec play, but I wouldn't mind getting multiple copies of that.
Yeah, you just bought one.
I just bought one, and it would have been my show and tell.
Yeah.
But for this, I just did buy
Stay
one.
tuned.
Buy one raw from the LCS, and in a VF condition. I was happy to have it, and I'm happy to get more. The book that you mentioned on your claim sale, Fantastic Four 144.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna as many copies as I can find. I'm gonna get and explain why.
Yeah. So I discovered this. I don't even remember what I was Googling to discover this, but I was not intentionally looking for this information. This is just something that came up. But Fantastic Four 144 is a Doctor Doom cover. It's kind of like the camera's behind him, or like the POV is from behind him. So you see like half of his face, and you can get Doom cover, $5-10, not an expensive book whatsoever. But on the inside is a Marvel value stamp. And on the Marvel value stamp is Iron Fist. And you're like, great, cool. It's Iron Fist Marvel value stamp. As long as it has it,
we're good.
We're good. However, this book predates Marvel Premiere 15 by 2 months.
That's so in my opinion, that's the first Iron Fist.
Yeah, so that
appear in a comic book.
You're right. That's because it's not. There's nothing like canonical or like narrative story wise. Like he's not appearing in a story,
but it's also not an ad.
Yeah, it's So it is the first time Iron Fist is in a comic book. It's FF 144. So obviously it's never gonna outpace Marvel Premiere 15 because it's not a story.
Yeah, the comic book industry has spoken.
Right.
We know what the first appearance is, and that's not going to supplant it.
And I don't think that it should change it. But it was, and that it predates Marvel Premiere 15 because it's a different color. So like his headwear is blue, like the bandana thing that he wears on his head.
That's really,
and
really
then the
cool.
little like collar thing that he wears is also blue. It's not yellow. So they did some color change when Marvel Premiere 15 came out, but it is an appearance that predates Marvel Premiere 15, and
I don't think I own that book. I actually don't, and which is bizarre to me because I've owned so many FFs, and I don't ever sell them when I collect them. I just keep them.
Well, you also don't have a ton of Doom covers either. So for whatever reason, you just weren't buying the Doom stuff.
I just think I wasn't buying. I was so focused on getting the pre 100 keys that I didn't really spend much time getting the 100 200 issues.
Yeah,
I just didn't, and that makes sense. You know? But I will be looking for those. I'll be hunting those in comments boxes because it's kind of a cool get, for
That is. Yeah, I mean, if you're a Iron Fist collector or you just like those like early kind of when Marvel's like kind of putting the feel out for characters, that's definitely one of those things. It's not like a 180,
right?
like, or that's actually a first appearance.
Yeah.
And it's not like a debated thing, but
the only thing that, because yeah, right. We know that we have advertisements for, was it
Hulk
advertising
1
for
FF5?
Yeah,
FF5
FF5 has
Hulk
an
1.
ad for, and even in FF5 has, in the story of FF5, Johnny Storm reading Hulk 1.
Right, yeah.
And we don't really consider that to be first appearance. And but with I guess Wolverine, there's a few books that have an advertisement for Hulk 181.
Oh, right, yeah.
But while it's a nice collectible thing, it's not going to be considered anything because it's an advertisement. But the biggest one is I think it's Action Comics 8 or 12 or 13. It's one of those in there that has an ad for Batman in there.
Oh, really?
Pre-Tech 27.
Huh.
But of course, it's not going to be because it's just an ad.
Yeah.
But it's the first time you'll ever see Batman in a comic book.
Huh.
And that is worth more than the Action Comics issues around it. So there's a precedent. That's like probably the closest one.
Yeah.
Not that Iron Fist is Batman.
Yeah. Which to me, it's just, well, he kind of is rich.
Well, that's true. Danny Rand,
Rich family,
Punch,
orphan, went out into the mountains to be
secret.
trained.
Yeah, that's interesting. They ripped off Bill Finger. But yeah, so I'll look for that. I don't, and then just kind of whatever I see, if there's something that just catches my eye. But mostly I'm gonna try to stay in those lanes right there.
Yeah.
And if I see something that just is really unique, signed book, I don't know, maybe something like that. And then any of those cool iconic covers that I'm always collecting. Again, the Miller covers that I like.
Yeah.
Miller Moon Knights and Miller Spider-Mans and things like that. I'll pick them up.
Yeah.
Because they're cheap. And,
Oh yeah, early Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man. There's I have people ask me for Spectacular Spider-Man 1, first Miller work on Daredevil 27.
Yep.
Be looking for that too. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yep.
For today. I gotta start packing and shipping.
You got to pack and ship, and I've got to take my wife out to dinner.
Yeah.
And by got to, I mean get to.
Yeah, there you go.
Deb, in case you're watching.
Probably no episode next week because I leave for Dallas on Friday. So probably not.
Okay.
So we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on my Instagram in case I announce a claim sale. I really don't know at this point if where I can squeeze one in between LA Comic Con and Texas.
Yeah.
But the week after I get back from Texas, we'll definitely do one.
Yeah. Well, you'll be able to post up everything that you picked up.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Just a ton of new inventory, so that'll be cool. You can follow me on Instagram. Check out all my stuff there. I'm at Spros_comics. You can follow Mr. Longbox at Mr. Longbox.
Yeah.
And thanks, guys, so much for watching.
Yeah.
And all the support you guys have shown.
Yeah, right.
The last couple episodes have done really well.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate you guys for showing love.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.